Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a seated position. Any position works. You can be seated in a chair, you can be lying down. You just want to find something that is sturdy and comfortable, where you don't feel like you are about to fall over, but you also don't want to feel so uncomfortable that you need a shift to move during the practice. We also keep our eyes open during this practice. However, if you have learned to practice with the eyes closed or you feel more comfortable doing so, feel free to do so. There are no hindrances here. But if your eyes are open, go ahead and just drop them down below you, kind of just glancing lightly at the floor, the desk, or whatever's just below you. We're not staring or analyzing anything. We're also not zoned out and blurry. We just have a gentle, clear gaze directed softly downwards. You're in a nice, comfortable position and your eyes are either closed or open and pointed down. Let's begin this practice with an important attitude to develop. Many of us come to this practice wanting something from it, wanting a clearer mind or happiness. And this desire or this want or this intention is just another way of trying to control things. And with meditation, we're not controlling anything. We're allowing everything to arise just as it is, without asking anything from it. Watching it, like a scientist, but not naming it. So let's begin by just dropping all of your intentions for today's practice. Forget it. Forget the reason you decided to practice today. In fact, forget meditation altogether. Leave alone everything you think you're doing. Leave alone everything you want to get done. No expectations. Nothing to gain. You are here. And there's absolutely nothing to seek. And we're not waiting to be guided through a practice. We're not waiting for things to do something for us. You are here. Everything else is just a story in the head. But maybe you'll notice how the mind, or maybe you feel that this doesn't make sense, or somehow there's some sort of striving. Or what about this? What about that? These thoughts arise. Because the mind doesn't know how to just be here. It wants something from everything. It needs a purpose, an outcome, a destination, a story to tell itself. But these thoughts that are happening, they're not yours. You didn't create them. You are not this next thought. Thoughts happen by themselves in the same way yet that your heartbeat happens by itself. It doesn't require input. Only we don't have to pay attention to them so much, though, which is why we feel to be our thoughts. We feel that we create them because we're just obsessed with them. So instead of paying attention to thoughts, bring your attention to the sounds around you in the room, or if you're outside, whatever it is, just listen intently to the general hum and buzz of the world around you. Noticing sounds outside the window, passing cars, leaves blowing in the wind, the creaking of the house, the low hum of the refrigerator. We're not grabbing these sounds. We're not chasing them. We're just seeing what it is like to hear. Directly hearing. What is that like? We're not naming the sounds or saying this is a good sound or that's a bad sound. We're just hearing sound as sound itself. And maybe I'm catching you in the middle of a thought. You're having a conversation with yourself. And that's okay. But notice how when you're lost in thought, you're no longer attentive to the sounds around you. See if you can just return to sound when you notice you're lost in thought, and just include thoughts as part of the sounds. Just all noise. There's the chatter of the mind, the chatter of birds outside. Everything of this one sound. You're thinking. Rather, you're just paying attention to thoughts. Remember, they're just noise. Leave them alone. In fact, see if you can include your sense of body sensations, smell, and sight. See these as just noise as well. In other words, notice everything that is noticed as noise, as sound. One complete experience, undifferentiated, unjudged, clear. It's all happening here and now. But what is it exactly that has experience? What hears this voice? What notices thoughts and sounds and sensations? Where is this center you feel to be I? Turn the attention back, away from sound. Where does the attention come from? What is paying attention? Look carefully. You'll notice how there's something that just can't be seen, almost as if it is just out of reach of being noticed. Thoughts can't go there. Is there a there there? What are you? What decided to meditate? Look for the looker. What do you discover? If you don't understand, stay there and rest. All right, you can look at the screen. You know what this is all about? All of this? If you want to understand what true practice is, you must disappear. Drop yourself. But be careful, because that also implies that there's an I to do something about it. There's a me that's going to drop itself. There's an I that must disappear. There's nothing you can do about it, because the you feel to be, and most of us are feeling to be most of the time, is nothing more than a story being repeated in our heads. It's a phantom. You may say, I feel to be here though. Oh yeah? What does? If you have to choose anything in this world, anything to really investigate, like to really find out if it's real, you should find you. Are you there? We grow up in cultures and in families that tell us that there's a you there. You're given a name. My name's Nathan. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas. But that's just a name and a story. And you may say, oh, this is my personality. I'm a funny kind of guy. I like video games and I like good food or whatever it is. Still just names talking. And waking up, what we're doing here is seeing what is real, what is actually happening from our first person perspective. I'm not saying the world doesn't exist or anything like that. I'm saying from your perspective, what are the mechanics of your experience? And when I say your experience, what is this your that has experience? Doesn't make sense, right? We say, I have arms. What does? What has arms? Me? Where is that? What is that? Are you some separate thing with a body? It's just this weird thing we do. We put an entity where there's nothing there. We throw a ghost. We believe there's a ghost in the machine. And when we go looking for it, and this ghost we feel to be is the reason for 90% of our suffering, our unsatisfactoriness. So it is of the utmost importance to just ask, what am I really? What sits here? What does this? You don't want to take up meditation as this thing. My practice, my meditation, my Pilates, my yoga time. Forget it. This is the real deal. Yeah. You must investigate and wake up from the illusion of being a separate little me. It's the only thing truly worth doing. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for showing up for your life, as always and without exception. I'll see you tomorrow.